and welcome to Lesson 1 of the Grade 1 Keyboard Tutor Book. In this lesson you're going to learn about the degrees of a scale. You're also going to learn how to play the scale of G major, D major and F major, both hands together. You're going to learn about the brace sign. You're going to learn about triplets, and you're going to be learning about chords and their inversions. So let's go straight in and have a look at the degrees of a scale. So did you know that each note, often called a degree of a musical scale, has a name? So if you look closely at your C major scale, the names of the notes are as follows. So the first note, tonic, second note, supertonic, third note, mediant, fourth note, subdominant, fifth note is the dominant, sixth is submediant, seventh is called the leading note, and then you're back to the octave again. Now these names will transfer to other scales. So if you've got G major scale, for example, tonic, supertonic, mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, leading note and tonic again. So now we move on to learning scales, both hands together for the first time. Now if you look very closely, you'll see you've got this little sign here at the beginning of each of the staves. Now this sign is called the brace sign, and this instructs the player that you play both hands together. So whenever you see anything with a brace on, you know it's both hands together playing. So you might find it very difficult to actually try doing scales hands together for the first time. So what I suggest you do is break it up, do lots of separate hand practice, then gradually put it together. You will get it in the end. Now here's the scale of C major. And G major scale. And D major scale. Okay, moving on. So we're going on to a piece of music called I Can Play Triplets. And this introduces you to the triplet sign. So when you want to do like a 6/8 timing, if you like, in a simple time, you have to use what's called triplets. So you're playing 3 quavers squeezing into the time of 2. So it's very much like playing in a 6/8 time. Like that. So the first piece gives you the opportunity of trying this. So let's set it all up. So you've got your voice first, then house in the modern dance, tempo 100, autoplay chord on. Now I'm going to use the introduction on this and put an ending on as well, mainly because it helps you hear the timing before you actually start playing, which is very useful. So the intro goes on here. moving on. Your next piece, called Terrestrial Triplets, is another go at trying the triplets as well, but just using different rhythms and background rhythms. So we've got your brass in again, we'll keep that as it is, but this time it's the space epic, so we'll put that in. If you haven't got a space epic, use anything that you think might be suitable. Now slightly lower in timing for this one, so 90. Again, because there's no upbeat, you can use the intro. So far we have learned how to play tonic triads in our left hand in all the inversions. Like in C, you've got your root, first and second. Now what we're going to do, we're going to learn how to play them in the right hand. So you can see that all the inversions with the root position chords are shown here in the treble clef. So I'll put it on piano. So here's your chord in root. Here's the first inversion. Here's the second inversion. And your G chord, root, first and second. Then you've got a little exercise of writing out these tonic chords in C major and G major in the treble clef and the bass clef. And then a little task to do where they show you a little extract from Shortening Bread, which has got some right hand chords in different inversions, and you're asked to actually identify what chords they are and what inversion they're in. Then finally you're asked to actually play the piece Shortening Bread, which has got these inversions in your right hand. So let's set it up now. You've got your saxophone to begin with, this one, I think, and swing rhythm. Okay, so as it swing, so that's fine. This one, I think, and 120. I've actually used a boogie woogie on the rhythm, just because I prefer it for this piece, but any swing rhythm will do nicely. Synchro goes on, tempo's in, autoplay chord on. Again, you can put the intro on because it doesn't begin, because it begins on the first beat of the bar. Here we go. And that completes lesson 1.